starting the net again. I get so wrapped up on looking at what time to start, I don't know when to start. But I'm here. And let's see, where was I? Oh, yeah, information on the net. You go to YouTube and look at the video. You can see me and the surface of my radio. You don't have to look at me. I don't even like looking at me. But that's actually a good. It's good. Oh, it's good. No, it's good sharp. It's good sharp video. I hope you like the thumbnail I put up there today. Anyway, YouTube. Just go to YouTube, put in my call K4PEW, and you can see me there and see the surface of the radio. That's more important. At least you can see what your signal is like compared to others. You can also hear stations you might not otherwise hear from your own station, particularly if it's 30 or 40 or 50 miles away. You can also go to 146415.net for simplex information. You can go to groups.io and put MJSS in their search block, and that will give you our net schedule and what we do in general, what we do on our nets and what our whole group is about. We've got 200 people on there, so it's a good place to ask technical questions or to sell equipment. So just remember that's there. And I also send out reminders for all of our nets and a few of the other nets in the area, and also about ham fests and that kind of stuff, and ham auctions. Or you can send me an email if you're not satisfied with any of that, or you don't know how to get there. Just send me an email at k4pew@arrl.net. Net normally meets at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night, as we've been doing for the better part of 11 years. It's 10 years and 6 months, 7 months, something like that. And we're having fun doing it. We're on 146.415. If you didn't know that, you need to adjust your radio slightly. Purpose of that is to have fun. Figure out how your station works. That's really what it's all about, to make sure it's working properly. And I always give signal reports, particularly if they're particularly good or if they're particularly bad. You take into account how far somebody is away from my station, but that's kind of my job, is to make sure everybody understands if they've got something wrong with their signal or whatever. And it comes up more often than you might think. We're a bunch of seasoned hams, I'll call it that, but we still make mistakes, or we don't know what we sound like until somebody tells us. Anyway, as far as announcements, the July. Okay, boy, I got way ahead of myself there, or way behind myself. July 19th is the Ham Quest at the state. Yeah, it's the state fairgrounds. It's also the county fairgrounds over in near Lebanon, Wilson County. That's where you need to be for the Ham Fest. You can go to, you can look it up, Ham Quest 2025. You'll find it. I'm not going to give the thing over the air. It's too long. You don't also want to fret. Tomorrow night is the Sunday night net at 7:30 p.m. 7:30 p.m. You think I've done this before, wouldn't you? 7:30 p.m. It's on 10 meters, and that's on 28.415 upper sideband. And then Michael KM4YRF moves over to FM and then over to C4 FM, the only tri-mode 10-meter net in the galaxy, I think. If there is another one, no one's made us aware of it. But it's a unique net, and it's been going on now for I think it's 5 years. Isn't it, Michael?
Going on 6.
Very good. So almost 6 years. Well, going on 6. Anyway, it's a good net. Like I said, it's the only one of its kind. That's why you want to be involved. You want to be a leader in this thing. Anyway, does anybody have any other announcements? If you haven't already got a table over there at HamQuest, you need to do that now. I don't know how many they have left, but it'd be a good idea to contact them over there. You can do that through that HamQuest 2025 website. Unless I hear something in a minute, I'm going to go ahead and start the net. Alrighty, this is net number 1113. And today is the 31st of May, 2025, moving into June. I can't believe it's already June. We're starting from the south, but we're going to take check-ins for short on time, people with motion sickness and sore feet. No, I got the wrong list. People short on time, mobile, or first-time check-ins. No sore feet?
Well, sore feet and motion sickness.
I'm with you there. Anyway, things are going well for you there, Jeff?
So far, so good. I've been up since about, midnight. I woke up, couldn't go back to sleep, so I woke up a little earlier. I was asleep. Was able to catch the C4FM
You're gonna have to go to the doctor to get your clock reset.
I want to do something. I don't know what's going on. I just wake up like that, just can't go back to sleep. You know, it just kind of messes, like I said, it messes up my biological clock. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, and that's probably just a function of how many years did you have to get up early like that? 30?
34.
Oh man, you see that you've got your, it's like ingrained in it's in granite, embedded in granite in your head that your hours aren't what everybody else's are, and that's going to be hard to change. I think. I don't know. I don't know what you have to do. I know I have had problems, but not too much recently. I can go to sleep pretty much. I just force myself to relax and go to sleep, and even though I wake up 3 hours later and then I got to do it again, but that's just my routine.
I've tried things like melatonin and all that. It just doesn't really seem to work. But anyway, Paul, I'll let you carry on and with the net. So I'll chat with you next time. WY4G.
Yeah, very good. That was Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf, and that was Jeff in Madison with a big signal. And he's short on time and going to bed early. Who else is short on time mobile or first time chickens? All righty, then we'll move right on. We're going to start from the south. Anybody from the south, please come now.
KE4TYJ.
Very good. KE4TYJ. That's Jimmy in Woodbury. Everything all right?
Yeah, let me turn up the power. I was on 3 watts because I was on the repeater. But oh yeah, having just a wonderful day. It turned out to be a pretty nice day.
Oh, it was beautiful. I actually went outside and did some work.
Yeah, I did. I had to work when I got home. I had to go to the grocery store when I got home from that. I had to cut the grass, so it was a pretty long day.
Yeah, so you're able to handle the full day's work now?
Yeah, I've been back to work for I think three or 4 weeks, something like that.
Very good. Did you have any difficulty at first?
I got difficulty now.
Oh, okay. I'm with you. Well, I don't know. Even if you didn't have an accident, I don't know. I can't tell if I struggle sometimes because I've had accidents or because I'm just getting old.
Well, I know the medication caused a lot of joint pain, and the finger doesn't work nowhere near like it's supposed to. And the hand doctor says it's going to take a good long while. He doesn't know exactly how long, and I may never gain full function of that finger again. So we'll just have to keep it going day by day.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to give up your whole piano career, I take it.
Yeah, he said I could play piano, but I think he was lying to me.
Yeah, you need a new download.
Absolutely. Well, I'll let you get back to the net. Thanks for picking me up, sir. KE4TYJ.
Very good. That's Jimmy, KE4TYJ, and he is in the Highlands of Woodbury. Who else is at a big signal, as always? Even on 3 watts, it was a big signal. I could hear him just fine. It says he's got a beam pointed right at me, or he did. Who else is south?
Kilo India 4, November, Delta, November.
Are you out in my driveway? Because your signal is huge.
Oh, yeah, I'm sitting right out in the driveway. Bring me a couple burgers out, would you?
I got some in the freezer.
No, I prefer them cooked. Just go ahead and cook them up and bring them on out.
Yeah, very good. What do you attribute your big signal to tonight?
It's got to be conditions. The only thing I can tell you, nothing different whatsoever here.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I mean, it's it's one of the strongest signals I've ever heard from you.
Well, that's good. That's all I can say, Paul. You just don't ever know. It could be coax issues one day and whether it leaves the next day. You just don't know.
No, you're absolutely right. In fact, it's not disturbing. It's just confusing because even locally, even closer in than you are, we see issues, and I have to believe that when they're really good or they're really bad, and it has to be the signals bouncing up against a thermal layer, or I don't know, clouds. I have no idea.
Yes, sir. I understand it totally, and it's not always the signal on the producing end, and sometimes it is the signal reception on the receiving end.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Well, very good. Anything else on that, David? You're sounding real good.
Oh, no, sir. Nothing else for that. You're sounding really good, too, loud and clear. Thank you very much. KI4 in the end.
Very good. That's David. He's in Reedyville. It's some 30-odd miles from me and to the southeast. That's Kilo India 4 November, Delta November. Who else is south?
Come in.
Hey, go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, David was really scratchy tonight to me. I could hear him okay, but he normally has a great signal to me.
Well, there was some background scratching in there. I wasn't sure if he was having a little seizure or something, but no, it was scratchy to me. But otherwise, I mean, for the most part, it was just a big signal.
All right, carry on.
Very good. Who else is south?
Thank you for NCL.
All right, I got two in there. How you doing, Larry? Oh, I got two Larrys in there tonight. KQ4 NTL in Murfreesboro. You doing okay? I missed you at breakfast this morning.
Yeah, I didn't get to make it down there today. I'll try to get there in 2 weeks.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, there was only 4 of us there, so we really did miss you.
Well, I appreciate that. I'd be a star too, but I didn't get a chance to meet. We had a coach breakfast this morning, coach group did, so I went to it.
Oh, well, that's more important to me.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I enjoy both of them.
Very good. Anything else for the net, Larry?
I don't have anything, Paul. We'll catch you later. Thank you for NTL.
Yeah, very good. That's Larry, Kilo Quebec 4 November, Tango Lima, and he's in Murfreesboro. Larry, I got you in there. You doing all right? Yeah, very good. That was Larry in Rockville. Ain't nothing good for the net other than the 4 check-ins we had on D-Star. Very good. That was Larry in Rockville. He does the D-Star, excuse me, D-Star net on Saturday nights at 7:15. So if you got D-Star, you need to jump in there on 146.460 at 7:15. That was KE4 SYV. Who else is south? Over to the east.
KM4 YRF.
All right. We missed Tony in there tonight. He must be out on the road picking up trash again.
Probably so.
You haven't heard any sirens in this area about the FBI notice, do you?
I haven't heard any, but I've got my ears perked up.
No, I like that. I hope everybody else liked it too. I should be asking about that, but I think nobody wants to comment on it for fear of retribution.
I think it's the best one ever.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the best one. I like it, but I kind of like my one about the Houthis were, they wanted to start an Aries group down there after they got bombed.
Yeah, I like that one too, but this one just really stood out.
Yeah, I don't know why these things. It must be my mental illness that causes these things. Anyway, that was Michael, KM4YRF. He's here in Mount Juliet, and he does the net for me when I'm not around, or I don't feel like doing the net. I normally feel like it, but sometimes my wife says I don't feel like it, and so we go out. Who else is east?
KK5S, November 4, Radio Tango Radio.
Oh, that's Romeo Tango. Wait, hold on 1 second. But anyway, I got KK5 in there, S in there first. That was Carrie. Missed you at breakfast as well. I guess you were busy.
Yeah, I only spent the day working on this fence out here today.
Oh boy, was it all the rain over the last couple of months that gave you all the fits?
Well, took off last week and worked on part of the garage, and ain't got it finished yet either. But trying to get some home repairs that needed to be done, and then last Tuesday night it flooded again.
Oh boy, man, you're gonna have to put your house on stilts and everything else too.
Yeah, I wish there was something we could do about it, but unfortunately there's not. But yeah, I came in and sat down in the chair and fell asleep and woke up and looked at my wife and was doing something. And I said, "What time is it?" She goes, "Oh, it's 7:45." I said, "Good, I haven't slept in yet."
Yeah, well, no big deal. You don't have to be here.
Hey, but I want to be.
Yeah, I know. It's just that, if somebody's not here, it's we don't have any requirements. There's no fines. There's no the one organization, the Aries group over there what do you call it, does something about that. I forget what it is they do, but I think they slap you around a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I promise I'll be there next week because Mama's out of town next weekend.
Oh man, we're going to spend all day over there just hogging down all the food.
There you go.
Very good. Anything else for the net there, Kerry?
Negative. Thank you much for doing the net. KK5S, back to net control.
Yeah, RTR. Give me your call again and your name. I skipped my mind there.
Oh, you're good. November 4, Romeo Tango Romeo. Name's West, Whiskey Echo
that's-
Sierra, the other West out here in Lebanon.
Yes, of course. It's funny how you make these connections. I remembered the roll tide roll, but I couldn't. If I didn't see the whole thing, it leaves it. It's like leaving a blank in there. I don't know what it means. Anyway, everything going good for you out in eastern Wilson County?
Everything's doing fine. Had to go fly out to Kansas this week last minute for work. Made it back in fine. I know I talked to you earlier. I'm trying out an Ed Song little twin leaf J pole right now. Gonna run it through the races the next few days. Other than that, I've got some chicken curry cooking away in the cast iron Dutch oven. Not really doing anything else.
Cool. Yeah, that fog. Did you buy it without the PVC tubing? You know, the PVC pipe.
Yes, sir. I bought it as just a rolled up little thing, and I went and got the PVC that was all the same one that they recommend in the literature, and just popped it in there. Just got it from Lowe's, and it worked fine at the old house, and it's probably 3 years old now. Just put it back up today.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's a nice. It really is. It's a nice. It's it's a well engineered little J pole, and it's convenient because of its size and because of its. But it's not as good as a bigger antenna, obviously.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just referencing it against a quarter wave ground plane. That's pretty much the only two I'm ever going to use. And this one lets me get on UHF as well. But yeah, like I said, just doing an experiment. Other than that, no traffic. Just a hearty good evening to everybody on the net.
Yeah, it's very good, Wes. I'm sorry. I got to remember that. I don't know why I would forget that. I mean, with two Wes's, it should be easy to differentiate between the two of you. Anyway, that was Wes. He's in Lebanon. November 4, Romeo Tango Romeo. Anybody else east?
KF4, KFQ.
Hey, there you are. We missed you on the DMR net, man.
Yeah, well, I'm at a star party, so I'm getting in when I can.
Oh, very good. So you're with your HT then.
No, I'm on my mobile.
I was going to say you're doing awful good on an HT. I was going to say this is significant.
I think I'm doing awful good on a mobile.
No, you're doing great on a mobile. I can only tell it's your mobile or that it's not your home station. It's because it has a little different sound to it.
Yeah, well, anyway, but come on out, all the people in Ashland City, come on up to Bell Bend Park, and we'll be out here till about 11:30.
Is the good conditions tonight for sky gazing?
Not really. We got a lot of haze. It's the smoke of the Canadian fires.
Really? It's already affecting here?
Oh yeah.
Wow. Aren't those up in the above like Nebraska or above North Dakota?
Yeah, Manitoba.
Oh wow. Yeah, that would be about I guess above Minnesota. I guess that's where that is. Man, it's unbelievable that's already affecting us here.
Yes, it is. Anyway, I gotta go. KF4, KFQ.
Very good. Have a good time hanging out with all the stars. That was Kilo Foxtrot 4, Kilo Foxtrot Quebec, and that's Tony. He's out of the Star Party, amateur stargazing, amateur astronomer. That's what I think I'd call it. Who else is south or east?
Okay, I'm Clark Kenny.
Hello, Stan. There's our star. How you doing?
Doing pretty well, Paul. How about you?
Doing pretty good. I'm feeling particularly good today. The weather was nice, and I seem to be in better health than I have in a while. I've had some problems with my feet, which started to feel better the last few days.
Well, that's good. How's my signal?
Oh, it's very good. I wasn't looking at the thing. I wasn't looking. Give me another whatever.
I'm just running the HC with my Diamond X510.
Oh, well, you got an S8 to me. Michael, what you got on him? 20 over?
No, he's almost 60 over.
Oh, did you hear that? Just a 2 miles here difference. His antenna's got you 60 over, and I've got you S7 and a half.
Oh, that's pretty good, Paul.
Oh, it's very good, very good. Yeah, the antenna makes all the difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, very good. Anything good for the net?
No, that's all, Paul. I want to hook you up back to net. Okay, I'm 4HQD.
Yep, that's Stan in Lebanon. Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo, and Stan in Lebanon, just I don't know, a mile or so north of the circle or square. Who else is east?
Comment.
Hey, go ahead.
Yep, November 4, Romeo Tango Romeo. I guess it's no surprise, but that last station was so clear and had such a good signal. It was like he was literally sitting right here talking to me.
Oh yeah, well he would. He's got a 17.5 foot antenna sticking up there, and he only had 5 watts, but hit to you, it would be feel like 100 watts.
Makes sense. Thanks. Back to net control.
Yeah, very good. Anybody else east? All right, up to the north.
KB9 RKK.
Danny, station Kent.
Hold on, Danny. Big Mouth over here, KB9 RKK jumped in there. He's got a big signal, Frank.
Good evening, Paul and everyone. Yeah, I almost made it to the breakfast, but next week.
Yeah, almost. It was like that guy, a ham I knew down in Florida. He goes, I didn't quite finish with the DXCC. He goes, so I'm starting over.
Yeah, I stayed up too late. I just couldn't get myself out of bed.
Oh, I know the feeling. I'm actually pretty good at it, though. I mean, one of the things, and you should be in that same boat. The military taught me that I can pretty much get it anytime I have to, and be somewhat alert.
Yeah. I was like, I kind of stayed up late. My wife's like, I thought you were going to breakfast. I'm like, yeah, I'll be able to get up. I got up, and then I was just too lazy. I'm like, I'll go next time.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I mean, there was only 4 of us there, so we were lonely. I mean, we started grabbing strangers,
Oh boy, could only imagine now. Must have been probably didn't get in trouble this time.
No, well, what's interesting about it was, for some reason, I don't know how it's predictable. Not with us. That's never going to be predictable. But today, oftentimes when you've been there, you can say the place would be, 40, 50, 60, 70% full in the morning by 9 o'clock. Today, we left at about 10, and it was still 20%.
Oh wow. Well, maybe because it's finally been a nice day without rain and people went out and did something. I guess.
I don't know. It's just not predictable to me. Anything else for the net, Frank?
I got nothing. Just everybody's sounding good. Yeah, I've heard everybody so far. So that's good so far. We'll see what happens as we go to the rest of the north and east. I mean, I guess maybe I'm at the end already.
No, West is coming up.
Okay, the west. That's right. Yeah, we got to go towards Nashville. There you go. I knew I was forgetting some. Back over to KB9 RKK.
Yeah, we're the only people who do nets twice a week, and we're only net that goes in counterclockwise.
That's what screwed me up.
Anyway, I've been doing it counterclockwise. I can't tell you why I started it that way, but I did. Doesn't really matter. It was just a function of what we're doing here. Anyway, anything else from that, Frank?
Negative. Back over to you, KB9 RKK.
Yeah, that's Frank here he's just about out of the county here, but he's in the northwest corner of Mount Juliet, just adjacent to, he's Nashville adjacent. That's the term, I guess. But I hear Danny. Danny, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. Just sitting here waiting my turn.
Oh, yeah. Well, you wait pretty good.
Yeah, I do good when I have to.
You get actually civilized once you've been married for over 40 years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, housebroken and everything.
Well, I'm not quite there yet.
Oh, okay.
Anything else good going on?
No, I'll catch you on the next one.
Hey, I'm not familiar with the location where you work, but I ran across something that a guy I was in the military with. He was retired. He's already retired. He's been retired for quite some time, but he's moving to Washington, D.C., and he's moving into looks like a brand new assisted living facility. And I went to their website. Now it's just him and his wife, but the starting apartments, residences are $8,000 a month.
Oh, wow. I think ours in the assisted is probably around 3, something like that maybe. But the building I work in is HUD, so it's whatever your income base is, but it's independent living.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm familiar with those. They still call those Section 8 housing?
No, they just say they're HUD.
Yeah, okay, they just got rid of the term. I mean, it's the same thing, though, right? Where they're subsidized based upon your income. That's all.
Right. You know, there's some people that probably only pay $250, $300 a month to live there, and you know that gets water and electric.
That's pretty darn good, isn't it, for somebody? Well, there's some people that really need that subsidy because they, for whatever reason, you get a widow who had nothing to come by, and what's she going to do?
Right. Yeah. There's people that that just leaves them enough to do their grocery and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I like to think I can live fairly frugally if I have to, and I have. I know I can do without. It's like my wife said, she could live on peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for the rest of her life.
Right. Yeah. But I've watched those back there in the assisted living. I've seen them. They can drain you fast.
They can what you fast? Did you say?
They can drain your bank account fast. Because that's just the basic price. $3,000. If you start needing more assistance, and everything, it goes up. The price goes on up fast.
Yeah, are you familiar with the life care? I think that's what they call them. So they call them that in Florida, the life care facilities, where you pay a down payment fee of, at the time it was around $150,000 for a one-bedroom apartment, and then you and your wife could keep that apartment, paying a monthly fee, which could have been, I don't remember what it was, but $600 a month, $700 a month, or $800, something like that. And if you go into the nursing home that's connected, it doesn't cost you any more. If you pass away, your wife gets to keep it until she passes away. It's just, but it always goes back to the organization.
Right. Yeah. I guess that's good for some people, but I wouldn't like it.
I don't want to hang around with old people my whole life.
Really?
No, I can deal fine with old people, but I'd rather have a mix of everything, just young and old, and because they all got their benefits and attributes,
Right. Yeah, I live as close to somebody as I want to. I like to be able to just, when I get tired, get up and leave.
Yeah. No, that's good. It's all good, though. Sometimes it's good to be around people your age, and sometimes it's, no, I think I want to talk to somebody else. Anyway, anything else for that, Danny?
No, that's it. I'll get you on the next one.
Very good. That's Danny in Station Camp, Kilo Delta 4 Golf Oscar, November. Who else is, who else? I was looking, couldn't see my radio. Who else is, where am I going? North. Hello, Mark. Yeah, you missed it. You were sleeping in on another breakfast.
Yep, I was. I wasn't going to check in tonight just for no reason. And then I heard you talking about old people. And I thought, well, maybe they're talking about me.
Yeah. Well, you're not that much older than me. I don't like to think of myself as old, but I'm getting there.
Yeah. Well, from the inside looking out, I'm still 18. From the outside looking in, I'm what I am. But that's the way it works, I guess. But anyway, don't really have anything for the net. I'm fooling around with a new radio, so I don't know. It was an eBay find. I don't know if it works or not. I guess it does.
Well, you're on that now?
Yeah.
Well, your audio and is fine. I mean, no, it's not fine. It's not as good as it normally is.
Well, I'll work on that. I haven't even looked at the audio yet. It was a broken radio on eBay, and I got to keep it fixed.
Well, you're 60 over, but your audio doesn't match the 60 over, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll work on that. So I don't really have anything else with that. Kind of been housebound today, not doing the darn thing. I guess expecting it to rain like it does every other day.
You know what young people don't do? They don't yawn when they're talking to me on the radio.
Yeah, that's probably true. All righty.
Yeah, we're going to start at old people's net, over 70. That'll be good. Of course, there will also be a health net. You know, that was Mark, Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar, Oscar. Who else is north?
TQ4 or Mike.
Kilo Quebec 4, Oscar, Mike, India. By the way, write that down, Michael, because you kept saying it was Oscar, India, Mike. I don't know if he's listening. How you doing, Dan?
Very good. I heard you talking about that. My dad, he always, he's been in the 55 and over community for years. And he always says he's in God's waiting room.
Yeah, there was a comedian. His name escapes me for the moment, but he said that his family is so obsessed with death, we're worrying about it, and just everybody's thinking about where they're going. He says they're so obsessed with death they have a on deck circle at the local funeral parlor.
yeah, he's been worried about that for years, but I don't think he is actually.
Well, let's put it this way: it's one per customer. You know what I'm saying? You can't avoid it.
Yep. Everybody gets their turn, right?
Yes, they do. Some more. I got upset over the years. I say upset isn't the right word. I was checking on some old buddies of mine in the military, and I get a hold of one guy. I said, "Hey, man, what happened to such and such?" And he went, "Oh, he's been dead since 1970 something." I go, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, he's working on the car, and the car fell on him and killed him." I'm like, what? Man, he was like 25 years old. I can't believe that.
Yeah, I used to work at the penitentiary in Indiana, and all them guys died, but all them guys that died never lifted anything heavier than a sandwich, and I figured I ought to get out of there before I just sit around and die too.
Well, yeah, that's I spent some time in a prison ministry for about 10 years, and you could actually a job in the corrections is a very, it ain't much going on.
No, I worked. I was in corrections in 3 years in the military, and then 12 years for federal. And I just got out of it. I had to do something else, so I got a degree and got out of that.
Yeah, I can imagine. How did you? The difference between federal and state is pretty broad, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Now I worked at the federal penitentiary in Terre Haute, which has the death penalty spot. It's maximum security. So, but it seems like in the federal we had enough resources to deal with what we had with the inmates that we had.
Was that so? Was that a maximum security for like 23 hours lockdown?
Yeah, we actually had a camp, medium, a maximum, and a super max all in one spot.
Oh wow! Hey, how long ago were you working in that federal prison?
Good grief, I left there right around 1998 is when I left.
Okay, the reason I ask is I was following a news story about somebody who was incarcerated in federal prison in Florida, and it was in that story where they said that you only got one change of underclothes a week in the federal system.
They got to go to laundry. They got to go to laundry weekly, and they got a stack of clothes. I'm not really sure how many they had, but there was plenty.
Okay, so there was probably whoever was in the article kind of confused. The laundry they went to the laundry once a week. That doesn't mean they only had one pair of shorts.
Yeah, no, they got a stack of them, and you know what? They had hot water and soap in their cell.
Yeah, but you know better than me. That ain't no fun place to be.
No, I wouldn't trade this room for that room for the life of me.
Yeah, my wife says she'd have a great time in prison. She could sit and write and tend to whatever she wanted to do. I said, you wouldn't like it, trust me.
Yeah. When your toilet and your sink are in the same appliance, that's not a good spot.
Yeah, and it's a cold, hard toilet and sink. Were those the molded stainless ones?
Yeah, all stainless steel. We used to have when I first worked there, they were porcelain, and they would empty them out, and they would throw trash in there and let it on fire. Get it good and hot. They'd flush the toilet, and the toilet would blow up, and they thought that was the funniest
Did you, I got a chance one time, I don't want to belabor this, but I saw some pictures. I don't know where I saw them on the net. Somebody had published pictures of the inside of the Guantanamo prison. And I mean to tell you, that place was outfitted as good as any prison you've ever seen. It was not nice. It was just very nice, though. I mean, in terms of a prison, it had all the nicest facilities a prison could have.
You know, I never did get to Guantanamo when I was in the military, but I was I was over in Mannheim in Germany, and I was at Leavenworth and Fort Riley in Kansas, and it was outfitted the same as those. It was exactly the same. There was nothing wrong with that spot.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, you just don't want to, truly, though, Guantanamo sucks. It's hot. It ain't pretty. It's just really a bad place.
Yeah. You know, when it's hot, there's no air conditioning. That's not a good spot.
No, not at all. Anything else for the net there, Dan?
No, that's all I got. KQ405, back to the net.
Very good. That's Dan. Kilo Quebec 4, Oscar, Mike, India, and it is Hendersonville, right? I do remember that.
Yep, you got it.
All right, very good. Who else is north?
Comment.
Hey, go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, Dan, I got your call sign turned around right.
I figured you would. Thanks.
It's one demerit, Michael.
I'm dyslexic.
All right, who else is north? All right, over the west.
Whoops, hang on.
All right, I think I hear KD4VUW.
Yeah. So you jump right to the west right away immediately there.
Quick draw. I figured you weren't going to check in. I don't know. No, I was pretty sure you would, though.
Okay, well, I was getting ready to, and then all of a sudden you said west, so I said, Anyhow, doing all right down there?
Oh yeah, we're doing fine. It was a beautiful day today. I enjoyed working outside a little bit. It was great.
Oh, yeah, it kind of looked kind of overcast looking a little bit to me, you know. I mean, the sun was out, but it was just, I don't know, real high stratus clouds in the atmosphere and stuff. Talked to a neighbor, she thought it was from some fire up in Canada or something. I was thinking, well, the winds are blowing out of the southwest, so what are they doing? Blowing it all the way around the earth and coming out of the southwest?
No, they say that we just talked. You didn't catch this earlier. Tony was with an astronomy club over there in west of here. I forget. I think it's in southern Davidson County, and he said that the conditions for astronomy aren't good tonight because of the fires, and that fire smoke gets up into one of the upper layers and really clouds things up.
Okay, yeah. Kind of like layers, as Shrek would say.
I guess, yeah, that's true. I don't know. I don't know. It's almost like having, instead of smoke, is a form of ionization with all of that dust up there. That fairly fine, fire stuff is dusty.
Well, that ought to help save the earth now, wouldn't it? That would have blocked the sunlight now. Think about that now. We had a fire that put a lot of pollutants in the air, but yet that blocked the UV rays, which actually help save the earth.
Yeah, exactly. I got a kick. I don't know if you remember. I don't remember whether it was the Bush or the Obama administration. They had a guy who was a big thinker. He was, he had like one of the big worldwide awards for being, a world thinking guy, and he decided in terms of energy use, he said the best thing we could probably do is just paint every building roof white. And you go, yeah, that could be true for the southern sector, but that's not real good for Montreal and Toronto and Buffalo and New York and Boston. It's awful to have a white, because you want the heat in the winter.
Yeah, it'd be kind of hard to keep places warm up there that way. Your roof color would be the same color as snow. Well, anyway, jump in there and say hello. Let's get enough check in. Hello to everybody out there in the vast wildness of RF going here and yonder wise. So anyway, I'll hush up, turn it back over to you, and let you get some more check-ins and go back to the west, I reckon. So that's it, KD4VW, turning it back over to net control.
Yeah, very good. That was Carlin. He's in Angeltown, Bethpage area, Kilo Delta 4 Victor Uniform Whiskey. It's going to get over. I'm going to meet you one of these days, maybe at the Ham Fest in July 19th. You got to be there. And we're going to have a table. The Simplex table is going to be there. Who else is north or west?
I got one more question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where are you going to after here? Side band on this band or up on UHF?
Let's see. I forgot. Saturday we're on. Where are we? Well, we're on 446, 415, aren't we?
Yep.
It escaped my mind there. I wrote it down as 446, but now when you ask, I thought I had to question myself. Yeah, we're on 446, 415.
Okay, I got to move over to the UHF for my triplexer quit on me a couple of months ago, and I've been having to do that when we go to UHF. So I got to listen intently until you get ready to go there, and then jump up, step behind the desk, and move the coax. Anyway, I'll let them turn back over to you, Katie VW.
Yeah, very good. Who was the other station who was in it?
Katie TV 4.6 is on Wednesday. We're on 2 meter upper sideband and 6 meters tonight.
Yes, you're right. I screwed up. I wrote it down the other day. I didn't write it down today, and that was probably my mistake. 144. If you're listening, Carlin, 144.240 upper sideband. 144.240 upper sideband. And appreciate that. So what else is new there, Greg?
That's about it.
Yeah, I read that whole. For anybody, by the way, anybody who's interested, Greg found it. The link to the files from that Covenant school shooters notebook with it. They were redacted. They took out a lot of names. I don't know what else they took out, but mostly it was names, and some I think locations. I think, but you begin to realize that woman was not just. She called it her death day, and she hated herself. And, oh man, if you read it, it's depressing to even read the crap she wrote down. Did you think so, Greg?
I actually didn't read about the first third of it. I will go back and read it, but yeah, there's a big bucket list and a budget, and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, not to mention she listed all. She was before I die, I want to see these movies, re-listen to all these albums, and she went through a whole thing. I'm like, holy crap! It's really weird, just weird. She said she hated herself. Oh man, you can't imagine. In fact, if you don't want to be depressed, don't read it. Okay. Anyway, anything else good, Greg?
No, it's absolutely psychotic. Her, not me. Katie TV.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know how to characterize that. It was just crazy as crazy could get. I really felt bad for her, really. I obviously feel bad for the people she killed, more so, but I just wish that the system couldn't have understood, like her psychiatrist. If she knew those kind of things were going on in her brain, she should have been put in a place where she could be controlled. That's what I look at it. But that's what we used to do. Anyway, because I can't believe she didn't tell her psychiatrist some of these things. I don't know about the killings, but anyway. Who else is, where was I? West.
Where was that, Paul?
Where was, Greg, would you send Michael the link on, didn't I send that to you? Maybe I didn't. Greg, send that to Michael on Signal.
Yeah, I'll forward it out.
There you go. It's somewhere. It's on the FBI, actually. It's called the FBI Vault. Yeah, I didn't even know they had a vault. Anyway, I'm probably got stuff about me in that vault now. After that meme I put up there. Who else is West?
KO4 OTV.
Hey, very good. Did you see my meme today?
Can you hear me, Paul?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. I said, did you see the meme I put up today?
Man, I sure did not. I don't know what is going on. It's like the conditions just got really terrible. And I heard you talking about it, and I meant to look at it.
Well, you got to go look. I mean, it'll probably get me arrested.
Well, man, that must be a good one.
Well, not only did I pretend that I was the FBI, or I had connections with the FBI, or I just stuck a sword up a whole bunch of repeater owners' butts.
Yeah, I'm reading it now. It'll be okay. I think you'll be fine. I mean, it does have the seal on it, though.
No, you got to look close at that seal.
That's pretty good. I don't think anybody will take offense. I think you'll be fine.
I don't know. I've had repeater owners give me the sideways look a few times.
Well, you know, the thing is, I have a scanner that sits beside me. It runs all the time, and there's probably who knows how many repeaters in that thing. And very seldom do you hear one get your chunked or ID or whatever. Besides like short mountain and stuff like that that are frequently used. Everything else is pretty much dormant.
Yeah, well, that's been my observation for years. On the west coast of Florida, we had, if you included parts of central Florida, not over to Orlando, but just the repeaters that are in those middle counties all the way down the coast, there was over 100 repeaters, and you could hardly scare up anybody on those repeaters.
Oh, I believe it. And, there's only two of them that I know that are pretty, which Lebanon stays kind of active too. And AF4TZ, which is I think the 6-7 machine, it's pretty busy with the Bible in the morning and, and a few other folks. But it's got to be really early in the morning to hear somebody on it because the rest of the day, it's pretty quiet.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, kind of cell phones kind of killed repeaters. Nobody has to be on drive time anymore to contact the wife or their friends or their, whatever. So I understand. It's just that it seems silly to have all these repeaters just sitting around cooking the atmosphere,
Oh, I agree. And I mean, they're very helpful because I use them when I'm mobile, which I am most of every day. And I just used a little Kenwood THK 25.5 watt with that big Diamond NR 770 with a big mag mount, NMO mag mount on top of my van. And man, I can talk for a long time. I mean, for many, many, many miles on one or two repeaters, and it helps me when I'm mobile. But when I'm at home, I could care less.
Yeah, no, I get it. No, we did. I really had a ball in the first couple of years I was in ham radio on repeaters. I still did simplex there, but had a ball with it because our club alone had, I forget, 5 repeaters, of which we rarely used except for testing and stuff because they were all in hospitals. But there was so many repeaters, and there was a couple of really great repeaters it covered, in fact, one repeater in just north of Tampa, about 20 miles. His signal was so strong, the FCC made him reduce his power because he was up at 1,100 feet.
And he probably wasn't even using that much power, was he?
I don't know. I just know here he was, 100 and something miles from Orlando, and he was bothering other people over there,
Which I'll be honest, I see people on 2 meters a lot using way more power than they need, and I don't get that. There's a guy on the Bible study net. I think he runs, I don't know, I think it's like 180 watts into the repeater, and it makes no sense to me.
You're right, it's dumb. In fact, when I used to check into those nets like that, I just go to 5 watts. I mean, how hard is it to hit a repeater that's at 600 feet,
That's what I don't get. He said, well, there's a 5,000-foot ridge that he has to get over, and he's down there in, oh God, there's nothing there that's that high. There's nothing that high in Middle Tennessee at all. I mean, you have to go all the way to extreme eastern Tennessee to get to those heights. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll just let him go with his story, but whatever. But he runs a lot of power into that repeater, and it just seems absurd.
Well, he's got all that power, and in turn, he believes there's a ridge. It's a virtual ridge he's thinking about.
Yeah, and that's what it is, man. And I mean, that's what he'll tell you. That's his story, and he's sticking to it. And I'm like, yeah, whatever you want to tell yourself, buddy.
He's probably only got 85 watts.
I don't know. I looked it up. The amp he's running is 180 watts, I think, is the one I looked at. It's been a while since I checked in on it. But yeah, I just thought, 5 watts is what I run all the way to Short Mountain, and I'm 106 miles from there.
Yeah, really. That's what's neat about repeaters. It gives you great access to a broad area, and that machine is a really good one for that.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. That thing right there, that's a whole other story. It's at a pretty good height. I think it's 2,200 in total, because it's on a 2,000-foot mountain. But yeah, it's pretty easy.
Well, what's interesting, we had really That repeater I was telling you about, I quickly said it was like I said, it was at like 1,100 feet, and he had coverage. It was just killer for everything in Tampa, St. Petersburg, Clearwater, Sarasota, Bradenton, everything up and down the coast could get into that repeater. And there was a group of people that would be on there Friday nights. That repeater would be nonstop from like 4 o'clock till midnight, sometimes later. And really, the uptime was huge by compared to any other repeater. But the repeater owner, he had, I'll just say, he had some emotional problems, and he ticked everybody off. He ticked everybody off. And they all left and went to another repeater. It was one of the funniest things I ever saw on ham radio. And then he showed up on that other repeater. Hey, what happened? Well, you're being a dick.
I don't think I ever heard anybody do it, man. That's kind of crazy. I did get kicked off a repeater one time. I didn't know it wasn't open. I didn't really get kicked off, but they kindly told me to, that it was a private repeater, and I didn't even realize it was right when I first got into the hobby. It kind of deterred me a little bit, but I got over it.
Yeah, I did that once too. But again, you think they'd be happy and go, "Hey, welcome. If you'd like to join the club, pay a fee, whatever." It's like, why would you want to kick somebody off? It doesn't make any sense to me.
No, me either. I thought the exact same thing. I thought, man, I'd be excited to have more people on my repeater that I spent thousands of dollars on.
I don't know. Anything else?
That's it. I'll see you on the next one. KO40 TV, back in the
Yep, Joel in West Ashland City, KO40 TV. Anybody else west? Oh, I'm not copying that station. Who is it?
Jack.
Jack, what are you doing? Are you in the bathroom? I can't hear a word he's saying. Frank, what did he say?
Jack, go again.
Something on his radio, I couldn't make it out.
All right, I got you in there, Jack. Sorry, I can't give you any more than that because I can just barely tell it's you. All right, that was Jack. Very quiet Jack tonight. Just this noise, static. KG4ILV in Donaldson. Who else is west?
KC4 TNQ.
Oh, yeah, I'll think your name in a second. How you doing, Charles?
I'm doing fine. I got a question. Why are you only running 10 watts?
Am I only running 10? Well, it kind of looks that way, doesn't it? I'm not going to make the judge. I could swear it says 50 though on my. I know it says 50 on the setting.
I know. Yeah, your power is way down. You're only like S4 to me.
I'm kind of guessing it's folding back on me.
Yeah, Jack was low too. I don't know what the deal is with going on with Jack, but anyway, y'all have a good evening. Just sitting here listening to all the stories. I ain't got anything to say except for my lawnmower tore up yesterday, but cars are on the way.
Oh boy, yeah. If it wasn't for lawnmower problems, you wouldn't have much to do other than mow the lawn.
That's exactly right. Luckily, I was on the last strip of my ditch there.
Yeah, no, I blew an engine one time and I wasn't done. I go, oh, now I got to go get another mow because this one, it really blew up. Anyway, that was Charles. Kilo Charlie 4 Tango. November, Quebec. He's in West Nashville. Anybody else? I may have to go back to my other radio and see why this one doesn't do what it's supposed to do. Who else? Any place, anywhere? Please come down.
CE4TWI.
Hey, Wes. You doing all right?
Doing good. I was a worker on Wednesday, so that's my excuse. Otherwise, it's pretty calm in Town.
I don't know how it could be more active than that anyway.
Not so much going on here, just listening and enjoying. I should be ready for, I'm on the 897, so I should be good for sideband and whatever you want to do.
I'm telling you, man, but you didn't happen to look at the YouTube video today, did you? What the screen said?
I saw that. Hey, let's hope somebody falls for it.
I'm willing to bet that if somebody gets hold of that outside of this area who doesn't know me or this and that, they're going to go, what?
Hey, more power to them. No, everything's good here. KE4TWI.
Very good. That's West, KE4TWI in Possum Town. That's kind of north of Lebanon. Anybody else? Well, very good. We wrapped up with 21, but we're going to call for the Dilly Dalliers, Spuddlers, Landluggers. Yeah, that's good. Landlubbers, Sandbaggers, Lollygaggers, Lurkers, Skulkers, Slackers, Lackeys, Toadies, Lackards, Repeater Chunkers, Shape-shifting Lizard People, Moon Landing, Deniers, moon occupied by alien deniers, and the backside of the moon occupied by foreign nations deniers, flat earthers and flat earth deniers. It's just scanner listeners, SDR donglers, preppers, and those that think they can get into this net on an SDR dongler, and end time survivalists. Anybody else? I can tell that Scott's still out of town, otherwise he would have jumped in there. All right, then we're going to go right over to 144.240 upper sideband. Everybody ready for that? If you're not, tell me now. All right, 144.240. Let me reach over there. All right, yeah, 144.240. Still looks there. I got 10 watts too. I don't know what's going on. Maybe my finals are messed up. Seems weird. Let's see. Where am I starting? Oh, it doesn't matter. Well, let's just start from the south, though. Anybody south?
Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet.
Very good. Very good. Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet. That's Jimmy in Woodbury. Who else is south? Over to the east.
KM4YRF.
Very good. Michael in Mount Juliet. Who else? That was KM4YRF. Who else? Anybody else east? Anybody north?
Kilo Bravo 9 Romeo Kilo. November, Danny.
All right, we got Frank in there, Kilo Bravo 9 Romeo Kilo, and we had Danny, KD4 GON. Who else is, that's Danny in Station Camp near Cottontown, if you didn't know where that was. Who else is north?
WB0NO.
Yeah, you sound better here. You have a pretty good signal here, Mark.
Different radio.
Very good. Can't fool me.
Roger that.
Very good. That's Mark on a different radio. He's just trying to throw us a curve there. And he's up by the lake there on the beach of the Cumberland. Who else is north?
T4TWR.
And you got a big signal here there, Wes.
Now, I'm about half power, 25 watts.
Now you're doing good. And which antenna are you on?
It's the big, powerful 5-element long periodic.
Oh, yeah. That does a great job on sideband. Anyway, that was Wes in Possum Town. Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India. Who else?
KQ4OMI.
KQ4OMI. That's Dan in Hendersonville. Sounds good. Who else is north? Very good. We've got Carlin in there. Kilo Delta 4 Victor Uniform Whiskey. Anybody else north? Anybody copying any stations? Anybody west?
KT4 LV.
What the heck happened to you on the other band?
I don't know. I didn't do a thing to my radio. I could hear everybody fine, but I guess my signal was low. I was putting out 95 watts.
I mean, it was unreadable.
I guess so, but I don't know. Maybe, do I sound better on the sideband?
About 1,000 times better.
Good deal. All right. See you on the next one. KG4 LV.
Very good. Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. Who else?
KD4 TV.
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. As good as always on sideband. And it's Greg in Antioch. So when's the move coming?
The who? Oh, the move. We have 2 full months from today, basically, to get out of here. I figure it'll really peak in 6 weeks.
All right. Sounds good. I'm sure you'll keep us abreast. That's Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo and Greg's in Antioch. Who else?
You all signed up to help me move, I think.
Oh, really? But you have to, okay, if you go to 5 breakfasts in a row up to that 6-week period, then I'll show up.
I'd rather pay $2,000 to the Allied Brothers.
You're right. That is the easy way, I'll tell you. Who else is west or anywhere?
Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec.
Yeah, just tell him you can't do anything because your foot hurts because he's wanting to move. You doing all right there, Charles? Yo, Charles, I got you in there.
Roger, Roger. I didn't understand what you said there at the last.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just saying about. He said he was looking for help moving, and I said, well, maybe we all need to tell him we got problems. We can't work.
Roger, Roger. Y'all have a good one, Casey. Thank you.
Yeah, very good. That's Charles in West Nashville. Who else? Any place, anywhere?
Oh, did you get me?
KM4. Yeah. Did you have a memory lapse there again, like me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, you were the second one after TYJ, after Jimmy checked in. All righty. Is anybody else going for a move over to 6 meters? All right, we're going to 6 meters right now. K4 PEW. I'm pretty sure it's already tuned, but I'm on 6 meters, and we're looking for check-ins from any place, anywhere.
KM4 YRF.
All right, we got Michael in there, KM4. We got Michael in there, KM4 YRF. Who else? All right, up to any place, anywhere. Man, we just had a blast of people in there. All right, I can take them what I can remember. All right, we had Frank in there, Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo Kilo. We had, I believe I heard Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo, Greg in Antioch. I also heard Jack, KG4, ILV. I think I heard Joel. Is that you, Joel? Roger, Roger. Yeah, KO4 OTV. This is a special night. Usually my memory's not that good, even from 1 minute to the next. Who else did I miss? Very good. We got Charles in there. Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec. Anybody else?
Kilo Quebec 4 Oscar Mike India.
Yeah, hold on. We got Kilo Quebec 4 Oscar Mike India. Who was the other party?
Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India.
Very good. Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India, and that's West in Possum Town. Anybody else? Anybody else? Any place, anywhere? Anybody copying anything? I often on 6 meters, I think I can hear people way off in the distance, like Kansas or something, but I can't hear what they're saying. All right, very good. Well, we'll wrap that up on 6 meters. And I appreciate everybody being there. And I don't know how many we had. We had 9 people on sideband. 9 people on sideband, and we had 11 people on 2 meter sideband, and we had 21 on 2 meter FM. Now I got to figure out when my radio is not fully functioning, but we're going over to 223-415, so we'll see you there. K4 PEW. And we'll be signing off here, and appreciate anybody who was watching. We had, I think we had a good night. We had 40 views on the YouTube already, so I expect there'll be a lot more as the day moves on, because like I said, last time we had 100 and something, 130 or 140. Anyway, not that it matters. It's not a big deal. Remember, I make 0.001 cent per view. Just remember that.